What is good, people? Satsuki the Savage here, and today is day 7 of 12 Days of Anime. And today is going to be Best Boy War, alright? Now, this video is going to be a little odd. It's going to be a lot different from the other videos I did with 12 Days of Anime. And really what I'm going to do today is talk about some of my favorite male characters from this year. So with that being said, let's get started. Live from the cesspool that is known as Florida, I am your host Satsuki, joined by me, myself, and I. And today, I present to you 2019's edition of the Best Boy Wars. I'll bring out this year's players in order of their seeding, which was determined by their favorites on my anime list, which goes to show you, if you ain't popular, you ain't shit. But without delay, let's take a peek at this year's participants. Starting with the AC, hailing from the revamped, rebooted anime adaptation Fruits Basket, I give you Momiji Soma. What the hell, man? Hold on now. I know the fans of Fruits Basket were hoping to see Kyo, or maybe even Yuki, but Momiji was my personal favorite. Just be happy someone from your city made it, you damn ingrates. Alright, back to business. 7C, coming from the beloved rom-com Kaguya-sama Love is War, I present to you Miyuki Shirogane. From the 6C, coming from another winter season anime called Duroro, I give you Hyakimaru. 5th seed, making all the Vikings of Valhalla proud, coming from Vinland Saga, we have Askeladd. In the 4th spot, housed by One Punch Man's 2nd season, which recently fell victim to JC Staff's tyranny, I present to you Garo, the Hero Hunter. 3rd seed, coming from the Isekai of the year, the rising of the shield hero, I give you Nafumi Iwatani. Next, sitting in the 2nd seed, hailing from Attack on Titan, we have the Erwin Smith. And number 1, coming from Mob Psycho's 2nd season, brandishing a bowl cut in all black attire, I give you Shigeo Kakeyama, aka Mob. There you have it. All of the competitors have been named. The prize is the Lelouch v Britannia Award, along with bragging rights. Now let the games begin, starting with seeds 3 and 6. Nafumi and Hyakimaru draw first blood in this unforgiving tournament.
Round 1.
Hyakimaru's grueling journey to get his body parts back reduced his character to a blank state. The good in this fact is that as Hyakimaru traveled, the more he learned about himself and developed, showing us great growth from the first episode to the last episode. Nafumi was quickly thrust into a situation where he had to evolve, and that he did. Nafumi's on-the-fly wit was a sight to see, and after his run-in with Mine, he had a focused and intriguing mindset. Please excuse my incoming comments. I have a quota to meet, at least one bad joke in 12 Days of Anime. I am sorry. While Hyakimaru probably didn't see this coming, Nafumi successfully shields himself from a loss and rises to fight another day. Migrating to the left, we have the face-off between Garo and Askeladd. Askeladd is one of the most complex characters in Vinland Saga that encompasses the gray morality of the Vikings. Askeladd is a mastermind, a leader, and a teacher. He is a character with too many great components to count. Among the stinky boo-boo manure that was JC Staff's One Punch Man, animation-wise, Garo was the saving grace of the story. Garo's fights are always engaging, but more interesting is Garo's resolve to trade his humanity for the sake of seeing villains finally win for a change. I must say, it's commendable. Garo would be proud to know that the person that beat him is not that heroic himself, so even with the villain losing, the villains still win. Next is Erwin versus Shirogane, blonde on blonde crime, but it's a dog-eat-dog world out here. Shirogane's intellect, work ethic, and resolve are something to marvel over. Pair his traits with the setting of Kaguya-sama and Kaguya herself, then you truly get to see Shirogane at his peak. Erwin's leadership and bravery was always prevalent, but it was even more evident when Season 3 Part 2 of Attack on Titan rolled by. The impact of Erwin is tremendous. When he is on screen, you will feel his presence. If Shirogane is a war vet, then Erwin is the general. Shirogane is cool, but he ran into the wrong person at the wrong time. To close out the first round, we'll have a clash between Mob and Momiji. Momiji is one of the most mature guys in Fruits Basket, but that beautiful contradiction works in his favor. The duality of Momiji is great. He can be the funniest, wackiest character in one scene while being the most insightful in another. Mob in season 2 was tested, and we finally got to see him in a different light. Mob's usual oblivious and indifferent nature was shattered, he lost control, gained it back, and ultimately was forced to come of age. Bispata Mob, Momiji wins via knockout after performing his German suplex. Round 2 will begin with Erwin versus Nafumi.
Round 2.
The greatness of Nafumi comes from his deconstruction and reconstruction. He went from a naive kid to embracing the villain role to becoming a counted-on leader in his own party. And when considering isekai MCs, I believe Nafumi is one of the best in business. Erwin has an intriguing part of his character where he carries the theme in Attack on Titan of becoming a devil. Erwin is a great leader, not only because he knows what to say at the right time, but also because he has the ability to get his hands dirty. While I respect the efforts of both competitors, Erwin will be the one to move on. Nafumi is a season too early to beat Erwin. Askeladd versus Momiji, the battle of round 2, marking another fight between blondies. Momiji's ability to offer this fun factor despite having a life riddled with grief is nothing short of awesome. Momiji handles the worst situations with expertise, always remaining upbeat. He is a tough guy to crack. Askeladd is the best of both worlds, appealing to the meatheads and nerds at the same time. Askeladd is one of the best fighters in the series, while simultaneously being one of the best strategists in the series. There is little the man can't do. As much as I love the German troll, Momiji is far too minor to overtake a character as relevant and complete as Askeladd. The war is in its waning phase. The soldiers are at their wits' end, but lock in and fight. Fight for themselves. Fight for the people counting on them. Fight for the Lelouch v. Britannia Award. Who will be crowned?
Final round.
Askeladd in the same series as Thors, Thorkel, and Thorfinn, all great characters, managed to eclipse them and become the main topic of conversation. Characters are often defined by a key moment. In episode 24 of Vinland Saga, which hasn't aired as I made this video, is that key scene that elevated and immortalized Askeladd as one of the great characters in anime and manga. Erwin has a history of greatness, but I'm only harping in on what he's done as of this year. Look no further than his speech and Suicide Charge. The way Erwin articulates himself, the way he wills actions to life is the main reason he has never been replaced as my favorite Attack on Titan character. The bodies are still, the swords have gone dull, the blood is dry, the dust is starting to clear. One man alone stands atop of the corpses, and that man is Askeladd! Erwin is great, but the small sample we got of him this year was his greatest weakness. Askeladd, however, reached the apex of his character this year. Hurrah for Askeladd! Long live the Vikings!
Long live the Vikings!
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of the segment of Best Boy Wars. I hope you enjoy, and I'm sure me, myself, and I would love to join in on the festivities next year. Godspeed, folks. Alright people, that pretty much concludes my thoughts. Let me know some of your favorite male characters for this year. But guys, that is it for me. Like, comment, subscribe. Satsuki the Savage, out.
Am I dying to live or am I living to die? Living a lie with my hands stressed out. See, I'm stressed out.